They thought it was just another adventure. But deep in the Florida wetlands, they found something that shouldn't exist. And now, no one's sure who or what made it out. In the summer of 2013, 4 thrill-seeking friends, Ryan, Melissa, Trent, and Jamie, decided to explore an uncharted section of the Everglades in Florida. They were used to danger. From urban ruins to abandoned hospitals, they had documented every trip for their small but growing YouTube channel. This time, however, they weren't just stepping into the unknown. They were walking straight into a trap designed not to scare them, but to erase them. The setup. The idea started when Ryan found an obscure comment on an old exploration forum. It simply read, "Never go past the burnt tree line in section 17. People vanished there." Attached was a blurry image, a half-sunken cabin, shrouded in fog and shadow. Most would have scrolled past it. Ryan didn't. He tracked the coordinates from bits of metadata and satellite maps, finally pinpointing an overgrown trail that wasn't on any tourist guide. The team packed up GoPros, drones, extra food, radios, and set out for what they believed would be their most viral video yet. The journey. It took them 2 days to hike in. Strange signs appeared early on. Claw marks on trees too high for any animal. Campfire ashes still warm despite no visible trails. At night, they heard things, a rhythmic tapping, a heavy dragging sound. On the 3rd morning, their drone picked up something strange. Geometric patterns etched deep into the grassland below. Perfect circles, interlocking symbols. One looked eerily like a human face. "We should turn back," Melissa warned. But Ryan pushed forward. The cabin. They reached the cabin just before sunset. It looked abandoned, but wrong. Everything inside was perfectly preserved, no dust, no webs, and the food in the pantry wasn't spoiled. Jamie joked it was like walking into a staged movie set. Then the door slammed shut. The radio stopped working. Phones died. The temperature dropped unnaturally. Trent opened a cabinet and found dozens of photos, all of people, some smiling, some fearful. The last photo was of them, taken from the woods that morning. The descent panic set in. Ryan tried breaking a window. The glass wouldn't shatter. They lit a fire, but the flames only made the room colder. At 2:13 a.m., the scratching started. First on the roof, then the walls, then inside the vents. Jamie was the first to vanish. One moment she was recording a vlog update, the next she was screaming and pulled into the crawl space by something no one saw clearly. Her camera kept recording. Her scream. Stopped mid-breath. They ran, or tried to. The front door opened on its own, revealing a forest completely changed. The trees had moved, the trail was gone, and in the distance, something massive, humanoid but not, stood watching. The forest shift. They wandered for hours, calling Jamie's name, even though they knew she was gone. At dawn, they stumbled upon a rusted metal sign half buried in moss. It read, U.S. Property, Deep Terrain Research Outpost 7, abandoned 1974. Inside a collapsed bunker nearby, they found more documents. Maps of the terrain annotated with warnings like unstable fabric, mirage pockets, and most notably, Zone 17, do not breach. Memory distortion observed. Melissa collapsed. She whispered, "We were never supposed to find this. This is why people vanish. Not because of what's out there, but because of what we remember. The exit. That wasn't somehow they made it back to the cabin thinking maybe they could retrace their steps. But the cabin wasn't the same. It had aged, decades worth, vines through the walls, old remains on the floor, their own faces on a newspaper clipping, missing explorers presumed lost, 1997. Trent screamed and bolted. Melissa and Ryan followed, until the ground gave way beneath them. They fell into a pit. Below, more symbols, glowing now. Like something had been awakened. From the shadows, Jamie's voice called out, but it wasn't Jamie. Not anymore. They ran, and kept running, until only Ryan made it to the edge of the wetlands. He was found 2 days later, dazed and barefoot, walking along a service road with mud on his hands and no memory of how he got there. He never spoke of what happened, not even to his family. That was 10 years ago. Ryan disappeared last year. No signs of struggle, just an empty bed and his old hiking boots missing. Recently, another forum post appeared. A new photo. Same cabin, different faces, still smiling. So maybe, just maybe, the trap is still there, waiting for the next explorers to wander in. If you found this story chilling, hit like and subscribe for more true horror stories, because sometimes the scariest places don't want to be found. They want to find you.